very heartbreaking report. Now, New Telegraph newspaper, that is our last paper this morning. New Telegraph newspaper, Oshunguba, INEC reproduces ballot papers to include SDP candidate. INEC reproduces ballot papers to include SDP candidate. I don't know why this should happen now, but you can imagine. I'm taking a look at the financial aspect of this. You know, I don't know. We should ensure that all is done before 2027. We don't have such issues cropping up. Someone says that a lot of people will will answer at The Hague. You already know where The Hague is, the international, the world court. Nigerians need to get it right, and those assigned, you know, to get it right should make sure they do. No sleep until it is right. So on that last note, we're done with our weather, we're done with our front pages. We'll take a short break. Yeah, I need it, right? I need to take a sip of water. I've been all through since I came on air. It's my work, it's my job, I'm used to it, but I need to sip some water. We'll take a break. When we return, the conversation. Stay with us.
Once again, the countdown has begun. On Saturday, the 15th of August 2026, the people of Osun State will decide who leads the state for the next 4 years in one of Nigeria's most anticipated off-cycle governorship elections. Across 30 local government areas, 332 wards and 3,763 polling units with 2,339,233 registered voters will exercise their democratic rights as 14 political parties battle for the highest office in the state. As the campaigns gather momentum and candidates take their messages to the electorate, every vote will count, every voice will matter, and every moment will shape the future of Osun State. Join KAFTAN Television for comprehensive election coverage featuring candidate profiles, campaign updates, expert analysis, live reports from across the state, collation and results. Our studio opens at 9 a.m. from our Ondo studios. Watch us live on NIGCOMSAT frequency 12625 MHz, the free television mobile app and our YouTube channel. Don't miss a moment of this historic exercise.
Yes, welcome back. It is The Press, the People's Program, and we're about to begin our discussion in the House. Today we have a topic. It is Muslim ticket, state police, analysis of newspaper front pages. We also have two subtopics which I'll be taking a look at in the course of our discussion. My guest, like I told you, is already seated. Before I do the introduction, let me start my analysis this morning. And of course, I will start on the effect of religion on Nigerian politics, analysis of Jingiri's comment. So, throughout Nigeria's history, religion has played a pivotal role in shaping political ideologies, mobilizing support bases, and framing public discourse. The intersection of religion and politics in Nigeria is a subject of profound significance, deeply rooted in the country's history, culture, and socio-political fabric. With a diverse religious landscape comprising predominantly Christianity and Islam, along with various indigenous beliefs, in light of these challenges, understanding the implications of the intersection of religion and politics for good governance and inclusiveness is crucial as we approach 2027. Of note is the comment of prominent Islamic cleric Sani Jingir, which has reignited a debate over the APC's controversial Muslim presidential ticket after his remarks in Kano ahead of the 2027 general election. Speaking in Hausa, the Islamic cleric affirmed his readiness to keep supporting the Muslim ticket in 2027 as he did in 2023. And I'm going to quote him. He said, "I am one of those who raise the flag of Islam. I'm calling on people to come and let us do Muslim again. I know this statement pains the unbelievers." End of quote. Now, that is our first focus this morning, and the next is on the state police. Now, Nigeria currently operates a single centralized police force controlled from Abuja. Every state in the country from Lagos to Borno, Enugu to Kirby relies on the same command structure and the same chain of orders flowing from the top. The bill proposes to change that by creating a dual system: a federal police that continues to operate at the national level, and state police forces that individual state governments can establish and control. It does this by amending Section 214 of the 1999 Constitution, which currently makes a single national police the only legal option in Nigeria. The big question, however, is, will the bill safeguard against the hijacking of the process by those in power, i.e. governors, big politicians, to perpetrate themselves? Now, this is our two focus on the show this morning. I can now do my introduction. I have just, and it is deliberate. He is SANI DANAUDI MOHAMMED. SANI is a trained statistician by profession with a BSc in statistics from ATBU Bauchi. He is known for his data-driven approach to politics, public commentary, and youth mobilization. Is a public affairs analyst, youth leader, political youth motivator. It's so nice to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed. For one who is not new to Nigerian politics, one who motivates the Nigerian youth, you hold, in fact, if I had started reeling out your awards and the positions that you've held, we wouldn't leave today. So your being on the show is vital to our discussion, because you're one who, you're working as a young man. You've taken steps in the corridors of politics. You've rubbed shoulders with those who walk the corridors. You hang out with those in power. You know the dynamics. You have an inkling of how they think, how they operate. For a man who is a Muslim, one from the northern part of Nigeria, this too is important. Someone asked, why didn't you bring a Christian, another guest? I said, no, the focus is to understand from someone who is indeed wrapped around the discussion more or less. So that is why you are here, to make us understand from your viewpoint. I did ask you that I'll bring you again, have another opportunity where we have two guests, then we can really marshal it out, fire for fire. Now, our first focus this morning is the Muslim ticket. And in saying that, I'm taking a look at the effect of religion on politics in Nigeria. There's no way we'll shy away from it, because religion, ethnicity holds such great grip. It didn't start now. It is something that is entrenched in our political history and we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it because incitements, we don't see the Osun election. We all see what's playing out in Osun when people make insightful statements or comments. It could get out of hand. We shouldn't forget Rwanda. These things make us stay on our toes because it's just a few days away. We want to take a look at the effect of religion in Nigeria, and I would want us to start from there. In your standpoint, how do you think this has played out from your understanding, since you got into politics?
Good morning, Mr. Anire, Mrs. Anire. Good morning,
Thank
Nigerians.
you so much.
First of all, I want to draw us back a little. This issue, of course, yes, religious politics, religion, ethnicity, and regionalism cannot be taken out of the context of Nigerian politics, rise from 1960 to date. But the most important thing is a lot of perception has been created along this religion and tribe and region for quite some time, but without having any positive impact on the life of the Nigerian people. So I think the focus should be on deliverance of results, good governance in terms of health and security to the Nigerian people. So in 1993, when let MK Abiola contested for president alongside Babagana Kingibe, I think it is on record that has been documented as one of the free and fair election in the history of Nigeria. But it was the same fake ticket. But although Nigeria is dominated by two religion faith, that is dominated by Muslim and Christians, but like I have said, so much perception has been created along this religion and ethnicity, and without paying much emphasis to the result that is expected from the political leaders. A good example is then when in the build-up of the 2023 elections, and everybody knows that a lot of tensions rise up when President Tinubu emerged as a presidential candidate, long even before picking Senator Kashim Shettima as his running mate, because by then everybody knows how the political calculation is. Immediately after President Tinubu emerged as the candidate of the APC, so a lot of tensions begin to build up, that already Tinubu being a Muslim from the south, so the expectation is who is he going to pick as his running mate then. But I want Nigerians to understand that politics is a game of interest, and that religious is just a card being played around by these politicians. But I think President Tinubu himself, this is someone who has a history. He's a Yoruba man, and Yorubas up till today, they have a history of this family mix-up, but Christians and Muslims. Referencing the president, he is a Muslim with a wife who is a senior pastor in a Pentecostal church. So that should have, guided Nigerian people. But to me, after picking Kashim Shettima as a vice president and subsequently after the election, I think personally, being a Muslim from the northern Nigeria, I think the president have done something that would have ended this debate of religion and ethnicity. The reason here is simple. Immediately after the won elections, the vice president, pick his aide-de-camp is a Christian from northern Nigeria, and his chief of staff is an Igbo man, a member of a Pentecostal church. So you see, after winning elections, I think now the focus should look at who are the people that form the government of the president. I think the president has done something that has already downs that tension, and that should have ended that debate according to my own understanding and opinion, in terms of whether appointment, a lot of, after winning the election, I think there is a lot of views, a lot of conversations later on that settle this issue. So many people within the Christian faith, especially in the north, have begun to even appreciate the coming of the president in terms of appointments. Some have said since the return of the Fourth Republic, they have not seen a president who have brought in, co-Christians, Christians, let's say from the northern Nigeria, into the government, into the fold of the president. And a lot of big names are in the government that you can quote. These are data, these are facts that you can quote anywhere. Presently, the national chairman of the party is a Christian, whose father was a senior, I think, Reverend Professor Nentawe. Then we have the SGF, name them, the Senate president. So I think this should not be an issue of religion conversation by now.
But it has become one, going by Jingir, the Islamic scholar. He has ignited that fear and that conversation again. Fine, when the conversation came up during the 2023 election, you were here in Nigeria, wherever you were, if you were out of the nation, it caused a lot of uproar. Nigerians were against it. Most Nigerians, more than 99%, because it will be the first time. It has always, the balance has always been Christian, Muslim, just to carry everyone along, like you rightly said. We have other religious group in Nigeria, but the predominant one is a Christian Muslim, and it has always been that balance. And of course, Tinubu came 2023, we saw something different, ignited that fear, and now in 2026 towards 2027, it's become an issue owing to the comments from the Islamic scholar, quoting him, "I am one of those who raise the flag of Islam. I'm calling on people to come out and let us do Muslim again. I know this statement pains the unbelievers." It rubs off. It is a sore statement. It's like putting salt in a wound that is still festering. And everyone feels and believes right now in the nation we shouldn't tread that path. We're looking at a situation where we'll go beyond such statements and comments, insightful statements when it comes to the political space. But unfortunately, this is a reality, and I really do want you to comment on this.
Yes, once again, I think the comment made by Sheikh Sani Jingir, everybody knows that, of course, yes, he's one of the religious leaders in Nigeria, let me say, or in particular northern Nigeria, but that has been his opinion since 2023. But I want us to understand that quite a number of Muslim clerics has come out to speak against his statement, because so I want the conversation should not be an emotional conversation.
Why not? Why not? Because it's already emotional.
Yes. What I'm trying to say, we have some Islamic cleric as well who came out to say, make open statement, make open videos that such statement accredited to Sheikh Sani Jingir were more of a personal opinion, and it doesn't represent the interest of the Muslims community, whether in the north or in Nigeria as a whole. So to me, I think that is, even though it's coming at the time, just like we have said, at the build of 2027 elections, when such tensions and wounds that were created, according to many, in 2023, has not been healed yet. But I think let people look at it from the reality of governance, because the whole issue, like we have said, is the balance of power between these major dominant religions. But when you look at the picture that is painted out in the administration of the current president, so I think that fear, like I've said, is already shouldn't be an issue again, because the statement he made, he's not speaking for the entire Muslim community. It should be like more of his right as also the citizen of Nigeria, who reserve a right to choose whoever he feels he should support. But that was not a command, I can say, for the Nigerian Muslims as well, because even in 2023, even when he said he supported Muslim, I think we have three major presidential candidates then.
All right, if you just joined us, it is the press as we take a look at Muslim ticket, state police analysis of newspaper front pages. We also have sub topics on that. There's a discussion as we take a look at the effect of religion on Nigerian politics. We have our guests in the house. Please let's have the phone lines, because we already have people calling. We can display the phone lines now, please, so people can call in and be part of the conversation this morning. Those of you calling before now, please call again so you can be part of the conversation. Your opinion matters as we discuss Nigeria this morning. Now, you did say that you quoted Karl Marx, who says that religion is the opium of the masses. We all know what opium is a drug, and you know what the effects of drugs, the effect of drugs are on the people, as it were. It distorts the mind, it distorts reasoning, it gives a picture that is not there, and religion can do that. When you rope that into the Nigerian politics, we have a history of what we've gotten from that. We have less gain than more profit from that. 2027 is around the corner, and we do not want such statement. You rightly said here that governance is what the focus should be. The dividends of democracy should be the focus, not, okay, we have a call, not the words.
Not the people in power.
Okay. Let's take a call, our first call this morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's your name, please, and where are you calling from?
Good morning, ma. Yes, my name is Peter. I am calling from.
Okay, please, can you walk a distance away from your television, please, so we don't have echoes here, so you can keep talking. Okay, go ahead, Pastor Peter. You are still close to your television. Walk away from your television. Go ahead. Please, can you talk loud? We can barely hear you. Can you put your phone close to your mouth? Hello? Hello? Okay, we lost that call. I don't know why. We're having issues with the sound this morning. I'm so sorry. Please try and call back again when you're calling. Okay, I think it's calling again. Hello? Okay, all right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Thank you so much for calling. So that's our first caller. We have issues with the sound. We do hope that you were able to pick that up because we're having issues right here. Aside from the caller, 2027 is round the corner. We don't want insightful statements. What should be the focus away from religion? What should we do as those of us who are learned, those of us who know the effects of the damning effect religion can have on politics? What should we do to ensure that a few do not truncate the peace that we so deserve? And of course, when there's peace, you can plan properly. We can, all eyes and all hands will be on deck. We can see clearly and plan for the Nigeria of our dreams. What should be the focus rather than religion?
I think what should be the focus, as far as we are heading towards 1927 election, should be about trying to trying to avoid building issues on, try to change the perception and the negative narratives ongoing on. As a young man myself, I think I have benefited a lot from people who are non-Muslims. So the first people who even brought me into youth activism and politics are people who are not Christians, because I am someone who who was brought up in a typical rural area, being a Fulani man, and I started even my primary school in a church. So you see, growing up now, trying to reach out more people, I think it pains me a lot when I see a lot of conversation has been shifted to religion and ethnicity, like I've earlier on mentioned. So I think as Nigerians, especially the learned ones, referencing the people like Sheikh Sani Ajingir and many of them, because he's not the only one. Quite a number of religious figures from the both sides have been making a lot of comments about elections. But just like the caller said, I really appreciate what he said. I think they are the image a lot of people look up to them, because you cannot convince anyone, especially people who are in the rural areas or in the village, especially when such prominent people make statements, they take it as a reference point. So I think going forward, these prominent people should focus on trying to enlighten their own followers towards, especially the problems that are the challenges confronting the country as a whole. At least let's try to focus on bringing issues, conversations that will help government solve problems rather than triggering people along government itself.
That's interesting. We do not want the triggers. We want a nation that is as peaceful as possible, a nation that will move forward from one stage to the next, not one that is stagnated because of the problems and the baggages that we carry from the past. The Nigeria, to me, is forever the greatest nation on earth. We have all it takes to be as great as we were created, to be the numbers, the resources, everything that any nation would need to be the greatest is what we have. But unfortunately, we've allowed these forces, we've allowed what should be blessings to us become a curse. We've allowed what should be steps towards greatness and success and progress collectively hold us back. We'll talk about our numbers, we'll talk about religion, ethnicity, our language. It should be a blessing, but unfortunately it is not. Before we go straight on to our next focus this morning, I want you to actually speak to our religious leaders why it is important that they do not incite the polity.
Yes, I think I have said it, but it's very important that
directly to them.
Directly, I think my call is to the religious leaders is that they should be focus-minded in terms of trying to, understand the negative effect of the statements that they are going to make before even making them out. And I think that's, leadership is not just about being in power. Everybody, just people like them, they are occupying strategic position and they have a lot of followers around that are listening to them. And whatever they said may have a negative or positive effect on the decisions of government as a whole. So I think it is high time that our religious leaders from the both sides should begin to become stakeholders, that, trying to going by the doctrines of our faiths, both Islam and Christianity. What is the doctrine saying? Is talking about unity, building peace around each and everyone that is around you. Try to be just and fair to everyone that is around you. So I think if these religious leaders, like you have said, if they will focus on trying to enlighten the people, let them understand that this religion that we are following is not a violent one. It's trying to bring everybody together, and wherever you find yourself, be a just and fair to everyone. I think their followers, all these tensions that is building up wouldn't have been there. Nigeria has a lot of challenges at the moment. So I think the country cannot afford to have more people instead who have been a voice, and yes, a voice that proper solutions now triggering people along each other. Okay.
Yes, so we've established that. My guest this morning has established the fact that the statement by Jingle is just one, though we have some who do that, but it's not a general opinion of everyone. Yes, come under fire, not just from the other side. Yes, come under fire from other clerics and those who follow the faith by telling him you were wrong in that statement. We don't want incitements. We want a peaceful nation. Religion should not destroy. It should not separate. It should bond and bind, because we preach peace and love in both fences. Now, let's move on now to state policing. 2027 is around the corner. The new the police bill has passed stages. They've stopped all discussions around it. It means we're moving forward with the bill, as it were. But the question, like I said when I gave my analysis, is the guards, the provision by this new bill. We've been given assurances that it won't be hijacked by those in power. It won't be hijacked by governors. It won't be hijacked by politicians. But again, Nigeria, this is our nation. I'm a Nigerian. I know our strength. I know our weaknesses. I know who we are. Even if you are not a culture, if you wear number 10 jersey, you can't deceive me. I know a culture. I know mercy. I know those who wear the number 10. But we can't deceive ourselves, because we are Nigerians. The question is, do you believe that all provisions will truly be given, and do you see a situation where it is not hijacked?
Thank you very much.
And what do we do if it is?
I want us to believe that everything in this world is surmountable except that. So let's begin to think like there is not everything that is first can be changed. It can be changed until it is first. So sometimes a lot of perception has been created around government policies without even waiting, without even, people are being discouraged not to even, to create, they have been discouraged about confidence are not created around every government policy and programs that are being brought up.
Just a moment, so we're talking police now. Please, can we change the lower third to reflect that? Thank you.
Okay, when you look at Nigeria is now 66 years old, since 1960, when Nigeria operated a regional government. I think our systems were more functional than what it is today. So a lot of governors, I think this state police creation, I have said it many times, that people should look at this state police creation is as a result of numerous calls from all angles. This federal policing, like you have said, is not yielding the positive result because our population has increased. So the population has outnumbered the security personnel that we have. So, and again, the deterrence that we have in the 36 states and the FCT is equally another issue, because sometimes it's not about pumping more money, billions of money into security sector, and it's not about employment or recruiting more police or servicemen into the security sector. It's about them understanding the dynamics of the security they are and the challenges they are confronting because what I want people to understand, security itself is local. When you look at the dynamics of, let's say, Borno, you can compare it to either Enugu or Lagos. So when you bring somebody who is a policeman who is from far away from Abia State, you just bring him to Kaduna. So for him to even understand the terrain, for him to begin to function well as a security man is as an issue. So a lot of governors then has been complaining that they have this conflict of direct
interest.
Yes, conflict of interest, trying to like being the chief security officers of their states. A lot of them have raising concerns that they have issues trying to communicate, or direct some of the security personnel in charge at their respective states in terms of some certain security issue. So I think bringing state police at this time is one of the best decisions. People should look at it, not even look at whether it is going to be hijacked by governors or not. We should look at the present challenges confronting Nigeria. And I think this, like I said, this state police is not just a creation of one man. This is as a result of quite numerous call and stakeholders engagement from all angles.
Now, do you blame Nigerians who feel that, when this kills true, that, it probably will be hijacked? Now, let me tell you the reason why. A situation where you have 5 policemen guiding or guarding one person, or a situation when you see an ordinary Nigerian, normal Nigerian with one head, 2 arms and legs, just because he has extra money than the next person. You see convoys and you see police in those convoys. In a country where we are grappling with a security situation, we see have situations like this. Would you blame? That is the normal police force that we have, and now you're giving states their own police. If people can control, when we have individuals have such control over the police, in courts, the police force, where you can go ask that you need 5, 6 policemen in your compound to protect just one person, where you have millions were fighting insecurity. Will you blame Nigerians to believe in that, this is just a meal for chaos?
No, actually, I'm not. I'm not blaming Nigerians for thinking the way, or for their own looking at it the way they are looking at it. But all what I want to say is that they should also look at the challenges confronting us as a people and as a nation. So I think they should, because security is not just a one-man job. Security is everybody's business. So bringing state police is going to like a complement the security effort of the federal government. Like I have said it earlier on that creating state police doesn't mean that there will be no Nigerian police.
Yes.
So they are going to complement each other. So I think based on the build, focus is going to be in terms of even in terms of employment or recruitment. The recruitment process will focus on the people from that particular state. I think that is how it is. People, you cannot, as far as state police is concerned, if you are employing someone from Benue, then it should be people of Benue that are going to meet up the state police. I think is so. The focus, the idea behind all this is that there is going to be a collaboration between the state police and the Nigerian police force, because like I've said, sometimes it's not about pumping more money into the security sector. It's not about recruiting more security personnel, but it's about understanding the dynamic of the politics, the dynamic of the security itself, which is always local. So I think Nigerians, like I've said, I'm not blaming them, but it's high time, even though Nigerians are becoming more informed now. So the issue of one governor hijacking the entire police system, I think it's not going to work, because Nigerians are becoming more informed now, because they are becoming more demanding, trying to demand for more security of their lives and properties. And these people are stakeholders who are trying to see, okay, look, since 1960 we are operating the same police structure. So why can we go outside the box now and try to do something different and see whether it would give us the desired results or not? So the expectation should be, and the hope should be, that that issue of the police being hijacked, should not be there. It's going to be for the purpose of why it's been created. Okay.
So as an aside, let's talk about Osun a little bit. Osun is what is trending right now. We've seen all that has been happening. We follow the story even right on before just a few days to the election itself. Personnel have been drafted there. A lot has happened, in Osun. Personnel have been drafted there. We're talking about the police. We're calling for peace in Osun State. Atiku, former vice president, and a lot of Nigerians have already said this is like a litmus test for 2027 election. Everyone involved from INEC, you can imagine INEC just having to reprint the ballot papers, including SDP, which doesn't sit very well with a lot of us. So someone, the front page of the paper says if they don't get it right, then a lot of politicians and those vying for positions will have to answer at The Hague. We don't want to see that happen at all. So I want you to talk a little bit on the Osun dynamics in terms of the forthcoming election.
Yes, the Osun off-cycle election is coming at the time. Is coming just like many are anticipating that it's going to be a litmus test for 2027 elections. And of course, these statements that have been made that have been made by so many stakeholders in the game is the reason why even the security, the security and the INEC are deploying more security agencies to Osun, because a lot of tension has been created long before the election. So as Nigerians, I believe, despite the fact that there have been clash here and there, but Nigerians are the patient type and they are very resilient people. And we have seen so many elections that have come. Anambra is something, I think just last year November when we had Anambra off-cycle elections. So it is something. A lot of statements have been issued before the election, but in the end, an opposition political party won. So I think we should be fair to ourselves and to be fair to INEC. Sometimes we are trying to create a bad name for for institution of government without even allowing them to function. So the Osun election is something. A lot of paper headlines has dominated that a lot of security has been deployed to Osun instead of deploying them to frontline areas and what have you. So I think this tension that these same politicians have created is the reason, because the primary responsibility of security agencies is to protect life and property. So going by already the tension has been built up in Osun, I think they are doing the needful, but I am confident that Osun election is going to be free, fair and credible, and without anyone being intimidated.
Talking about tension and the amount of personnel sent there to maintain law and order, maintain safety, peace as it were, should this be the color of our election? Should this be what we see year in, year out, every dispensation, where you have to send thousands, hundreds of personnel just for an election, where elections become do or die, where there's always violence anticipated? Should this be a continuous process for us as Nigerians? Because indeed, people will ask questions, people will raise eyebrows. Outside the nation, they'll continue to wonder, why for a by-election or any election, as it were, you have to deploy such a huge amount of military, police, civil defense, NSCDC, just name it, man o' war. Everyone must be on guard like we're at war. It is politics, it is election, not war, but that is how it appears to be. Why?
Yes.
When do we go beyond this type of politics?
Actually, we are on the way. We will soon go out of it.
Oshun is just 2 days
Yes.
or a day or
What
how
I'm
many
trying
days
to
to
say,
go?
what
on
I'm trying to
Saturday.
say, most of these insinuations are created by us, even the voters, not even the institution of government that are saddled with responsibility to conduct elections. Sometimes, you know, security cannot just fold its arms and sit and wait until it happens, because you know the atmosphere that has been created around the elections is the reason why, is the reason for this security deployment. Whenever people, you know, people like the media itself, you know, they have a lot of role to do. They have a lot of role to play in trying to shape the perception and the thinking of the people. You know, a lot of people comes, especially those in the game, whether from the opposition or from the government itself, try to come and make comments that trigger the public. Ocean election, I'm confident, is going to be peaceful, but already these statements that have been flying around the air is the reason why the Nigerian security have to do its job, because it's the purpose of the deployment of these more securities we are seeing in Ocean is not to intimidate anyone. Like I've said, it happened in Anambra, and the opposition won. So the reason is to ensure that the life of Nigerians and their property is well protected during this election, and everybody, as defined by the Constitution of Nigeria, he or she has the right to vote for whoever, for candidate of his or her choice in Ocean election.
Okay, so you're already on the platform. We've talked about the Nigerian police. We talked about state policing. This program is watched all over Nigeria. I know they're watching right now. Oshun on our minds. What message do you have for the police, you know, during this process?
You know, police has a slogan now. They said police is your friend. So I want people to always try to build confidence in our institution first, because like I've said, quite a number of government institutions have been, you know, image has been tarnished by certain vested interest groups. But sometimes without even considering the kind of sacrifice these men are doing in the front line, battle. Just I think about how many days ago, certain policemen were killed in Kebbi. So people should try to give always confidence in our institution that yes, we are confident that these people will do this job. But already a lot of, you know, a negative image has been created around the Nigerian police, of which is in actual sense is not what is obtainable. So people should try to like build confidence that yes, the purpose of this deployment, like I've said, is to protect the lives and properties of the Nigerian people in Ocean election, and not to intimidate anyone. Once as a voter and as a Nigerian, because it's going to be, like you said, a litmus test for 2027, and everybody is looking up to Ocean. But these people that are trying to create, is more of like they are trying to create a game and a perception around the 2027 election contest, which is far away from now. I think the focus should be how do we ensure as stakeholders that Ocean election went peacefully, of which I believe my call equally to police is to ensure fair and justice to everyone.
So the people of Oshun, what do you have to say to the people of Oshun towards Saturday? I suppose by tomorrow it will be a build-up of the Oshun election, but you know, I would want you to say a word or two to the people of Oshun as they prepare towards Saturday.
Yes, my words to the people of Oshun is that Oshun is already a peaceful state, so they should not allow themselves to be used by anyone to disturb, you know, the already existing peace that they are enjoying in the state just for the purpose of an event, because the election will come and go, but what will be the future of Osun State after the election. So it's now left to, they know these candidates themselves, all those candidates from all platforms, including the incumbent governor. So they know who best has the capacity to deliver for the Osun people. But the center point should be around, they should not allow themselves to destroy the peace being enjoyed in Osun for the purpose of election. These political elites, they will come and they will go. But what will be the future of Osun State after the Saturday election? That should be the dominant question that the Osun people should be asking themselves.
All right. Yes, indeed. If you just joined us, it is the press. You missed the whole discussion. But don't forget that you can actually follow because we're live right now on YouTube. And after the show, we do more uploads. If you missed today's episode, you know anyone who missed today's episode and is eager to watch, you can watch later on YouTube because we upload everything on YouTube, including the live broadcast that we're also having on YouTube right now. So before we go, there's something that I usually do on my beat. I tell my guests to summarize in their native dialect. Either Hausa or Fulani dialect is allowed. You take a look at your camera and you talk on the two topics that were spoken on this morning. So, go.
Jama'a assalamu alaikum. Sunana Sani Daudi Mohammed. Kira da nake yi na farko akan magana da aka dinga yi akan abin da ya shafi maganan shi shugaban jama'atu izalatul bid'a wa qamatu sunna na kasa wato Sheikh Zaniya Jingir akan abin da ya shafi tikitin musulmi da musulmi a zaben shekara 2027. Ina son mutane su fahimta cewa matsayinsa na musulmi kuma shugaba, wannan maganan da ya yi ba magana ne da ya kamata ya zamanto maganan da mutane za su ɗabbaka ta su dinga yi a koda yaushe ba. Ya kamata mutane su mai da hankali akan menene gwamnati za ta yi, domin a maganganu na da na yi a cikin harshen turanci ai na ce shi wannan shugaban kasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu din da ya zo, ai mutane da ya kawo su cikin gwamnati manya-manyan mukamai ya dauka ya ba ma Kiristoci. So ba wai gwamnatin an yi ta ne ta musulunci ba, gwamnati ne kawai da take kokarin kawo sauyi ma al'ummar Najeriya ba tare da la'akari da addini ko yare ba. Bayan haka mun yi maganan da abin da ya shafi 'yan sandan jihohi. Ina son mutane su fahimta yau Najeriya tana wajen shekara 66 kenan da kafuwa. So kafin a fara yin an daɗe ana yin wato police na bai ɗaya, kuma har yanzu ba samu wato akwai abubuwa da yawa wanda suke tasowa wanda waɗannan police ɗin bai ɗaya ɗin ba su iya magancewa. So wannan 'yan sandan jihohi din ina son mutane su fahimta cewa an yi su ne da kyakkyawan manufa, an yi su ne domin a kawo mafita ma yanayin tsaro da kasar nan yake fuskantar a kowane lungu da kowane sako. Daga karshe mun yi magana kan abin da ya shafi zaben jihar Osun. Mun yi magana na ce ya kamata mutanen Osun su duba makomar jihar Osun bayan zaɓe, kada su yadda a yi amfani da su saboda zaɓe da za a yi na rana ɗaya, saboda Osun tana cikin jihohi da suke zaune lafiya a halin da ake ciki a yanzu. So ya kamata kada su yadda a yi amfani da su wajen birkitar da jihar su.
Thank you so much. I want to appreciate my guests. I really do appreciate you this morning. Honorable Sani Danaudi Mohammed, who is a public affairs analyst, a youth leader, and political youth motivator. I'm so glad to have you on the show. Hoping to see you more, speak on issues that concern us as Nigerians. Thank you so much for your time.
Ms. Anire, it's a pleasure having you this morning.
Yes, indeed.
It's a pleasure being on your show this morning.
Thank you, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is the show this morning. But you know me, I never leave without letting you know that this is the place we call home, the greatest nation on earth, Nigeria. So together, let us make it work. I am Anire Binitie. Enjoy the rest of your day.